So, hi. It is a quick minute since I filmed the rest of this video, but I just wanted to let y'all know, anytime in this video when I mention my page, I'm talking about my Instagram account, because I was originally going to post this on Instagram. I had like the wild idea that I was going to cut it down, make it into a Reels, post it on my witchy Instagram account, and then I was like, it's not gonna work. I talk too much. I babble too much. So I'm posting it on YouTube, which is weird because I guess it's my first YouTube video. I don't post on YouTube, so maybe I won't now. But yeah, I'm gonna be talking about my favorite tarot and oracle that I currently have in my possession in 2023. Emphasis on currently have, because a lot of my collection is in another state right now. So yeah, I'm also going to talk about stuff that I have coming in the next couple of months. So yeah, I'll put my Instagram account in the description so that y'all can actually see what I'm talking about. But yeah, hi, bye. All right, hey y'all. So it's a cold, rainy December day, and I'm not feeling super great. I'm on my second coffee of the day. It's not even 1 p.m. yet. So we're starting off the day super strong, and I think I'm just gonna take today to talk about my favorite decks of the year, because I don't have my whole collection here with me in my new apartment yet, but I have a good chunk. I have like 25. I definitely have some ones that are like in my top. I will have some honorable mentions that I don't have with me that I love, so it's very sad that I don't have those, but it'll be okay. And I will try and, I'm sorry if you can hear my dog walking around. He's very curious about what I'm doing. So yeah, we're gonna talk about my favorite decks. Yeah. I know that a lot of people have been doing the like top 10 decks of the year. That's like a common thing that people do every year, is like top decks for 2023, top oracle decks for 2023, like whatever, which I'd love to do if I had my whole collection, because I could definitely do top 10 for each. I don't have top 10 oracle here with me. I don't have my top 10 tarot with me here. I have some of them, so we're gonna talk a little bit about both. So yeah, so drum roll. You can't even see it, it's off camera over here, it's all the way over here, is the Goddess of Love Tarot by Gabby Herstick, which I so patiently awaited. It's publishing, and I love this deck. I love this deck so much, and it's pretty new still. It just came out in the last couple of months. I think it came out in October. I got my copy in October, and I grabbed the first copy I saw of it, and when I got it, it was the only copy in store. So sorry if someone else in Western New York was looking for the Goddess of Love Tarot. I have it. You can't take it from me. It's mine now. So obviously my copy has been used. She's a little banged up. She's loved, but oh my god, the backs. First of all, I love the kind of like, it reminds me of like a psychedelic portal. I don't know. My cards obviously are not in order. I will say, this is my first like collage style deck. I've looked at some, and some of them make me feel a little weird. Like they creep me out in a weird way, and I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to feel about it, but this one, perfection. I will say there are a lot of renamings in both the minor and major arcana, but the guidebook, top tier. So good. So freaking good. I love that deck. And if you've, obviously, if you follow me, you've seen that I've posted a lot about that deck. I try and not post too much about a specific deck back to back, because I know it gets repetitive. But I do use that deck a lot, and I do have to say that deck was the first deck in a long time that really sucked me in. Like, I got it and I couldn't put it down, and it really did like open up my energy to the work that was put into that deck. Like, it is the Goddess of Love tarot, so it really did put me in a space of focusing on that, specifically of like self-love and self-confidence, which is something that I'd been working on for a while. But that deck really, it was such a nice like transition and a nice friend and sister to have to hold my hand through that process. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the guidebook because the guidebook is really good. So what I love so much about this guidebook is there is like a page and a half for each card, which is really great, but there's the description of the card, a brief description of the goddess. Every major arcana card has a goddess associated. So there's a description of the goddess, and then an affirmation to go with the card, a journal question to go with the card, and a ritual to go with the card, like the energy of the card. So it was really great to have that. And then if I wanted to do some shadow work related to the card or the reading that I pulled, it was like so simple. It was so good. So yeah, I highly recommend. And and now I really like, I wanted Gabby's books previously before getting her deck, which if you don't know, she's, I think, at least 2 published books out, and I really want to get them. So they're on my wish list, specifically Sacred Sex. I can't get this box back together. I put the bottom in the lid and now I'm stuck like this, so I'll fix that. But yeah, all right, coffee sip break. Okay, so I think the next deck of 2023 that I want to talk about, I'm going to talk about an oracle real quick, since I just did tarot, which is the Witching Hour Oracle, which I got possibly, it may have been the same day as the Goddess of Love. Because I tend to buy 2 or 3 decks at a time because I have a problem. And oh, I didn't say before about the Goddess of Love. It is published by Tarcher Perigee, a publisher I'd never heard of before. Oh, I'm shaking my camera. Publisher I'd never heard of before. The Witching Hour, published by Rockpool, which is a pretty popular publisher. These are the backs. They're pretty. It does have like this kind of lime green. It looks more olivey in person. Edging, painted edge. It's not metallic, which is nice. The cards are glossy. I feel like most oracle are pretty glossy, whereas tarot tend to be more matte now. I used to see a lot of glossy tarot, and now I've seen a lot of mass market like matte tarot and glossy oracle, which makes it a little difficult. I mean, this one's not super glossy. I love the artwork in this deck. Like, it's very like dark academia, kind of witchy themed. It looks almost painted. I do love that there's a lot of diversity, like racial wise, within the deck, which I feel like in like witchy themed oracles and tarot is not common. It's like a lot of white blonde girls, or gingers. Has anyone else noticed that? Anyway, random side note. Ginger witches, is that a thing? Because I tend to see a lot of them in decks. The guidebook is in full color. It's a little baby book. I mean, it has a lot of information. So the guidebook has keywords for each card, and then it has, this is cool, I don't think I've ever seen this in an oracle done before, so I really like this. For each oracle card, it has at least one tarot card that has a similar meaning or that pairs well with that energy. So for example, for the Book of Spells card, the tarot companion is the 8 of Pentacles, which is cool. So then you can see like if you pull those in a reading, or if you want to do a tarot spread, it kind of gives you a jumping off point, which is cool. And I feel like it's a good way if you're new to tarot and you're more comfortable with Oracle to get you familiar with the energy of tarot cards. And some cards have more than one because I believe this deck is 44 cards, which we all know is like the super standard now, which I don't love. Yeah, it's 44 cards. So some cards have more than one tarot companion. Yeah, like this card 44, Deep Being, has 3 tarot card companions. You can see there, it's the 10 of Cups, the Sun, and the World. And then there's also companion cards, like other Oracle cards that work well with that energy from the deck, which is really cool. And there's a lot of spreads in here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spreads in here. And a lot of these are things that spreads that I haven't seen. Like a lot of the spreads we see given in decks are like the 3-card spreads, past, present, future, yes, no, that kind of thing. There's a weekly self-care check-in spread. The spread is called Finding Your Coven, Getting to Know New Friends, which is really cool. An elemental spread. Yeah. I really like this deck. I wish that there were more cards. I really do, because the artwork is so pretty, and I feel like this just goes so well with so many decks, because there are people and there are animals within this deck. And it's great. I've been using it solely to kind of hear about what I need to bring or let go of in my practice, what I need to focus on, you know, that kind of thing, which is really cool. And I like it. I like it a lot. So, yeah. Alright, so I think I'm going to talk about another tarot next. And then I'm going to talk about some of my honorable mentions that I don't have with me right now, which is really sad. But yeah, hopefully once I get those in, I can show those to you and mention that they were honorable mentions here. And yeah, so, okay. So this next deck, I believe is mass market now. You can get it on Amazon. I got mine on Kickstarter. If I had known that this was going to be on Amazon after the Kickstarter, I would not have backed it on Kickstarter. Because I will say, when I first got this deck in, it did disappoint me a little bit. Because it was the first deck I backed on Kickstarter. I had waited a very, very long time, after just kind of being a lurker on Kickstarter, watching the new decks being released on there. I finally decided to jump on one, and it was this. And I was expecting a lot higher quality, being a crowdfunded deck, because I had heard so many great things and about Kickstarter and about indie decks, and I had bought indie decks before. I have a few back here that I love, and so I was like, sure. This is the Neoteric Feminine Tarot by Wayspell, or Yspell? Wayspell. The box is very pretty. Like, it has a little message on the inside. There's gold foil stamping all around the box. The inside says, discover the incredible wisdom of the tarot and bask in all its magic. It's a really standard little size deck. And the reason I decided to back this is because while I love reading tarot, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I have never liked the traditional RWS, Rider-Waite-Smith. I don't like the Thoth. I just struggle with the traditional decks. The artwork just feels boring to me and cold, and don't get me wrong, I respect those people that made those decks, and obviously the work and the effort and the genius that went into them, but for me personally, I don't vibe with them. I don't enjoy reading with them. I don't want to read with them. I don't. And this is a Rider-Waite-Smith clone, but it's all feminine characters. The scenes are, some of them are a little bit different, but you can tell it is based off the Rider-Waite-Smith very, very closely. The color's different, the characters are different, but for me, I was like, this will be my Rider-Waite-Smith. And I love it now that I have gotten over that kind of, like that little irk I had about the quality. Now that I've gotten over that, I love this deck, and it is very easy for me to read with. Because I have studied the Rider-Waite-Smith, but I don't enjoy the Rider-Waite-Smith like the original cards. I'll never have the Centennial or like any of the recolors. I got rid of my Rider-Waite-Smith. I gave it to a friend who was learning. I don't miss it. I don't want it back. I don't want one. This is my Rider-Waite-Smith. And I know that they have a copy that has the keywords on it. I didn't feel like I needed that. Especially because it does come with a guidebook. And I don't mind pulling out a guidebook, even though I know how to read the tarot. I enjoy reading the guidebook for each and every deck that I have every time that I use it, because I feel like it has the energy of the cards, and I feel like every person that creates a deck has a way that they want their deck to be read, and they have a unique way that their cards are interpreted. And so for that reason, I just enjoy reading the guidebook for each and every deck that I have, even if I'm familiar with the meaning of the cards, because I feel like it gives me a little bit more insight, and widens my horizons a little bit. I love the colors in this deck. I love the diversity. I just think it's really, really pretty. And even like the more negative cards, I guess you could say, the heavier cards, feel so pretty to me. Like, I just love the flowers in the background, and there is gold gilding on the sides. Mine has chipped a little bit. It's fine. It's not that serious. I'm not like a stickler for those things. I enjoy those little touches. I think that they're really nice for the creators to put on there, but I use my decks. At the end of the day, my decks are not, I don't have them for them to sit on a shelf. I have them to use them, so I expect them to get banged up. I expect them to be put through their courses and get chipped or get dinged or whatever, so it doesn't, I don't mind that the gilding chipped, and to me that just shows how much I like the deck. So yeah, the backs are very pretty. Again, you can get this on Amazon now, and honestly, for a beginner, I'd recommend it, but just know that the cardstock's, it's not thin. Like, it holds up well. I guess it is a little thin. It's a little thin, but it holds up well. It's really easy to shuffle, which is really great. The guidebook is, you know, a standard little perfect bound book, but it does have 2 pages for each card, 1 page for upright, 1 page for reversed, and then it breaks each card down from just general keywords. There's a whole section on love, meaning, career, and finance separately, and then a general, like, if you pull this in a spread, what it might mean for both, which is really cool, and I like that a lot. And then there's a little section in the back for notes. It's only like 3 or 4 cards, 3 or 4 pages, sorry, in the back that I haven't used. I take tarot notes somewhere else. There is a quick reference guide at the back of each section, I think, that goes through ace through king, of just like little, you know, so you don't have to go searching. And then they do have book recommendations in the very, very back. Some, you know, if you're new to tarot, just guide to tarot books, guide to witchcraft, spread books. it's a very like beginner friendly deck, and it's very pretty, like it's cute. And if you're like me and you think the Rider-Waite-Smith is ugly and boring, like the traditional one, again, no offense, I know that's gonna like piss some people off, and I'm sorry, but if you're like me and you don't like the Rider-Waite-Smith, I would recommend the Neoteric Feminine Tarot. I will say, alright, so I'm going to talk a little bit about my honorable mentions that I don't have here with me. And if I remember, I will put them, like, in the description of this post. It's like dog hair all over me. Oh my god. Okay. So, I think the first one, oh, so good, is the Slavic Legends Tarot, which I am so in love with. And as a person of Slavic descent, it was really great to see that. And my family is Jewish, so I have one Jewish deck that I didn't get in 2023, but I have posted about recently on my account called the Lillian Tarot. So it's really great to have that aspect, and then the Slavic side, because I love my Jewish tarot deck. It's the only Jewish tarot deck I have really ever seen that I have felt like represents the Jewish people well, and I actually love it so much I have a tattoo of one of the cards on me. So anyway, this isn't about the Lillian Tarot. The Slavic Legends, the artwork is beautiful. I'm sure you've seen people talking about it. It's by Taroteka Studios, and it's gorgeous. It's a little bit bigger than traditional tarot size. The cardstock's a little more square. It does have a bronzy gilding on the sides, but it's not that like metal paint. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. It's like the matte gilding, but it's bronzy and a little bit sparkly. The cardstock is luxurious, like it is so nice. And when you order the deck, you can really like customize the cardstock and all of that stuff. The size, love it. It did take a little while to get to me, and by a little while I mean a couple of months, because it was shipping from somewhere in Europe to the US. So it did take a little while. It's a little bit more expensive. It was a bit of an investment deck, but I had been watching it for a while and I love it. I used it in October for my ancestor work that I was doing, and it was great. It was beautiful, and I am so sad that I don't have it with me right now, because it really just did feel like all of my team, my spirit team, my ancestors, my people were just surrounding me when I used that deck, and it makes me really sad that I don't have it right now. So once I get it back, I'll be showing it to you guys again. The next honorable mention for 2023 is, ooh, this is hard. I have a couple that I just absolutely adore. I'm gonna go with kind of the oddball for me, the one I was not expecting to really vibe with at all, which was the Squid Cake Marseille deck by Rockpool. It's a little tiny, or they're little baby decks. It's my one and only Marseille that I will ever have, probably. I just love how quirky it is. It's so silly, it's so unique, and it really just, I love it. And it's kind of served, which is kind of weird, it's kind of served as one of my like inner child decks, because it's just, there are all these like quirky creatures and people and characters, and it makes me really happy, and it makes my inner child really happy. It is a gorgeous like bubblegum pink siding, and I just love it. It was nice to kind of have a new system. I brought it with me on a few trips this year, and it was great. It's just a little baby deck to like throw in my bag. because all my friends and stuff know that I read tarot, and they're always like, oh my god, I want a reading, do I have a deck with you, I want a reading, which I don't mind, but sometimes it's hard to carry a big deck with me, and I don't want to lose it, I don't want someone to take it, I don't want the box to get banged up, so the little baby deck was really nice, and it's also mass market, so super affordable and really easy to find on Amazon, I believe, on don't quote me on that, might not be on Amazon, on the Rockpool website. I got mine at Barnes & Noble. Most of my decks I get at Barnes & Noble, my mass market decks, so yeah, if you're looking for that. It's the Squid Cake Marseille, it's gorgeous. I'm gonna give that like an 8 out of 10. I don't like the size, I mean, I like the size, but I don't like the cardstock. I feel like it's really, really, really difficult for me to shuffle. Again, I'm a riffle shuffler. It's not the end of the world. I can shuffle a different way, but it is a little bit difficult, and it does annoy me because I automatically want to go to riffle shuffle it, and it just doesn't. It's so stiff. So there's that. I may just also be weak in my hands, but okay. My very, very, very last honorable mention is the Enchanted Tarot, which I got in, when did I think I got that in May. Yeah, I believe I got that deck in May. It is so stunning. I love it. I got the 50th anniversary edition, I believe. So it was a big box set, came with a luscious velvet bag. The only issue I have with that deck is the size of the cards. They are humongous, and honestly I feel like it is kind of unnecessary because the borders are so big. Like, chop down the borders, but I'm terrible at modifying decks, so I will not be doing that. I still read it with it. It does not stop me from reading with it. I love it so much. I love the guidebook for that deck. The artwork is gorgeous, and I have posted readings using that deck on my account. If you scroll back a little bit, I use that for my kind of self-discovery work. There's a book that I read called Lessons with the Empress, I believe, which is a tarot-based book, kind of a self-help kind of book, focused on the archetype of the Empress, and I used the Enchanted Tarot for that, and it was stunning. I recently discovered that there is the Zerner Farber Tarot, which is, I believe, the artwork is created by the same people. It is a smaller size. It looks like a separate deck. Like, the artwork is a similar style. I'd have to see them back to back or next to each other, but I may get that deck just because it is a standard tarot size. It's a lot more easy for me to handle. Like, the Enchanted Tarot is just freaking unwieldy. Like, it is insane. But I love it. So I feel like I need to get the Zerner Farber Tarot to scratch that itch for that deck. And I hope that if I get that deck, it will not miss the beat that the Enchanted Tarot did for me. Because the Enchanted Tarot really, I feel like to a certain extent, like, that is my soul deck. And it really, it clicks with me so easily. And it makes me so happy to read with it. So I'll keep you posted, but the Zerner Farber Tarot may be coming in to kind of bridge that gap for me, just so it's more easy for me to use. Or maybe they'll just be completely separate decks in my collection that will have completely separate purposes. But yeah, I believe you can get the Enchanted Tarot mass market. I got mine, oddly enough. I was in the mall, and my girlfriend went into Spencer's, and I saw it, and I was like, I need this. I don't know why, but I need this. I believe it is more on the expensive side of mass market, at least the edition that I got, because it is a huge box set. Like, it's big. So I'm not sure. Check Amazon. I have seen it, I believe, at Barnes & Noble. Again, I got mine at Spencer's. I think I've also seen it at Earthbound, if you know that store. But yeah, gorgeous. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. Except for the cardstock. The cardstock, the size of the cards is like 3 out of 10. It's bad. Alright, and then in terms of decks that I have coming in the next couple of months, I'm really excited. I'm really, really, really excited. I have, so, a deck that I pre-ordered that is currently waiting for me to get it from someone else that is holding it for me is the Candle in the Cave Tarot by Annette Perso, who I've been following for a really long time and following the creation of that deck for a while. It is an independently produced deck. Again, I pre-ordered it. Stunning. So excited. I love her artwork. I love her folktale inspired artwork that she does of deities and, you know, myth and legend. I love it. And I heard that she may be creating an oracle deck, so I may also have to get that one. But yeah, super excited for that. I'm hoping that I will be able to pick that up from my friend in the next month or two. If not, I think I might lose my mind. And then I also have from Kickstarter, I'm waiting for 2 decks, the Dream of the Nile Tarot, which should be arriving in the next couple of weeks. We just got the update that they are shipping this week, so I'm waiting for my tracking number, and it should be here probably by the end of the year, maybe the first week of January, which is really, really, really exciting, especially because I've been feeling the call to Kemeticism and the Egyptian pantheon and just that energy so heavily, and I kind of took a risk on that deck. I saw it, and for some reason I was like, I just have to have it. I don't know why, and ever since then I have really just been feeling like that pantheon has been calling to me, and that is why I was so drawn to that deck. And even with the Goddess of Love Tarot, I've been getting card after card after card of Egyptian goddesses, so excited to dig into that. And it is stunning. It is so stunning. And the creator did announce that she will be selling it on her Etsy as well, after all of the Kickstarter people have received their orders. It will be going on Etsy for pre-order, so look out for that. That's the Dream of the Nile. I don't know what the price will be on Etsy, and to be honest, I don't remember what I paid for it on Kickstarter. It was a while ago, so I'm not sure. And then the other Kickstarter deck I'm waiting for is called the Tarot of Her, and it is, again, another feminine focused deck, but it is Rider-Waite-Smith. It is gorgeous watercolor artwork, and it is a round deck, a circular deck, which is my first circular deck. I'm really excited. That one I'm going to be waiting a little bit longer for. I believe they said March, which seems far away and is kind of like itching at me, but it will be perfect for spring. It is so soft and gorgeous. So I'm really excited for that, and I already have some ideas of other oracle pairings I could use with that. So I'm super excited. And then, don't tell anyone that I told you, but I know that for the holidays I have a few decks waiting for me that I had on my wish list, one being the Cozy Witch Tarot, which I have the matching oracle, so I'm super excited to have the tarot. And again, I've been waiting for that one for so long, and I'm so excited to dig into that. It's so sweet and cozy, and I'm so excited. That is probably going to be my bedtime deck. It's going to probably live on my bedside table, and since I have a chronic illness, I'm so excited to have that as just a little hug on days when I don't feel great, like today. Like everything hurts and I can't move. Yeah, I'm super excited for that. That is by Amanda Lovelace, I have one of her books. I love her writing. I love the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle, which is the other deck that she has produced that I own. So yeah, the Cozy Witch Tarot is waiting for me, and it's right there, and I cannot tell you how badly I want to just like rip the package open and read with it, but I will wait another week. It's okay. And then I know that someone else in the family also got me, I believe, the Tattoo Tarot Ink and Intuition, which is not a new deck for 2023. It's kind of a classic. It's been around for a while, but it's new to me, and I have been watching it. And it's really sweet because it wasn't even something that I necessarily had on a wish list. It was just something that someone saw and thought of me, because I do have a lot of tattoos and I love getting tattooed. I love body, I love all of it, and I love American traditional style tattoos, and that deck is all American traditional style, so I'm really excited to get into that. That may also be a Rider-Waite-Smith for me, clone-ish. Is that Rider-Waite-Smith? Is that Deck Marseille? Don't know. I'll think about it.